There's so many people that feel like they're not allowed to do that or feel like they don't matter, their stories don't matter when they do, you know? And we're here to have fun and make music, but it's important that people see themselves.
Hey, I'm Cordelia for Enemy, and today we're here with the Lindas for the latest in Enemy's In Conversation series. We are backstage at the O2 Academy Islington for the band's first headlining show in the UK. So, Mila, Eloise, Lucia, and Bella, welcome to London. How are you guys feeling?
It's very exciting.
Yeah, very excited.
It's very exciting. Yes.
We're in London.
It's so cool because we're also like staying in Shepherd's Bush, where like some people from like the Clash and stuff, the Who, and it's I don't know. It's very exciting to be here.
Glad you're excited. Yeah, London is a real music destination, so I'm sure it means a lot that you're here. Let's talk about what you guys have done so far and how you've gotten here. So it's been a big few years for you guys, and in April this year you released your first full-length album, Growing Up. How has the response been in the last few months?
I think this past year has gone by really fast. It's like one thing after another, and I think we were just really like proud to put the album out, like no matter the response, because we worked really hard on like writing it and recording it over a summer break. And I think that like we never did anything like that before. And a lot of the times I would have, after the video Racist Sexist Boy blew up, I would have like worries in my head about like what are we gonna do now? What did we do to deserve this? Are we supposed to be here? It's like a lot of like, it's scary, like having so many eyes on you at such a young age, especially when you're putting like a part of you out, and that's what the album is. It's like parts of each of us. And I don't know, I think at the end of the day, I was my mindset was like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, we just have to have fun and like make music, because that's why we started the band in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like there's a big piece of you in each one, and obviously you've written some of the songs amongst yourselves, and some of you feature more on certain of the songs. One of the songs in particular, Why, I think the music video just came out recently, and I heard that Eloise did the art for the video.
I did.
Tell us about your drawings and you know, contributing that to the band.
I drew all of the cutouts, all the cardboard cutouts in the room for that video.
Yeah, it's been cool because for all our music videos, we've been able to like kind of have a lot of creative control with them, and we get to kind of storyboard them ourselves. And we pick the songs, we decide what we want to do, and then we talk to the label, and then we find a director, and a lot of the times the director is like a close friend of ours or something, and we make the music video, and the director kind of we throw ideas, and then it happens.
I think this music video was really fun to shoot, though, because like I feel like all the other music videos, not that this is bad, but like we kept doing it. There were like so many like costume changes and stuff, and it was like whatever. But this one, it was just like
you guys on stage.
It was a performance video, and we just perform
For paper cutouts of
for paper
Eloise's drawings.
cutouts. They're like, you need to make it a little bit interesting. Like it can't just be a performance in one outfit. So we're like, hey, I can draw all of the audience, and so that's cool. Yeah.
And then we also dressed up as different like members of the audience, and Mila was on my shoulders, and we had a small bakery food fight, and we ate a bunch of cake.
Don't worry, we ate the cake at the end. We put it in Mimi's face, but we also ate it, so
not wasteful.
It wasn't wasted.
Love that.
Yeah, Lucia says it's small, but I was the one that got a cake smashed in my face.
Yeah,
so
you sacrificed big time. Speaking of all of you getting to contribute something special to your work, Bella, I've heard that you design a lot of the clothes for the band, especially as you've been touring lately. Tell us about that.
I mean, I've only designed 2 outfits so far, but
It's more than I have.
Very good.
But it's like 8 because we have 4 members.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope to do that more, and
we do too.
It's just I enjoy doing that. So I'm happy that they're down to wear sometimes some
Of
stuff.
course we will.
And in terms of making the clothes and designing them? What kinds of, when you have these muses, what kind of design ideas come to mind, or what's your process?
I really like using stuff that's going to be thrown away, just
Amazing.
because like the fashion industry is one of the most like polluting and like bad for the environment like industries, I guess. So I really like to use a lot of like, I cut up like my old jeans or whatever, and then obviously sew them onto other things or cut up things, or I ask my friends to like give me clothes that they don't want anymore. And I like to do like a lot of patchworking with the pieces, just because I don't know, it's going to be thrown away anyways.
Yeah.
And I'd rather make something that's a little bit more impactful than adding to the millions of like clothes that get like wasted every year.
That's so meaningful, and I think that's such a beautiful start, especially because you're going to tour so much more, and if you have this as your precedent, then it'll be really sustainable. So speaking of performing and touring, you've been doing a lot of that lately, and especially in Europe recently. What is it, being a live touring worldwide band, and especially opening Primavera Sound recently? How was that?
I mean, I think it's been kind of, at least for me, it's been very surreal. Like, it doesn't seem like it's happening, honestly, even though, like, I look back and, like, see videos of it, even though it was just, like, a few days ago. But it's really awesome, and it's very surreal. So.
Yeah, it's, like, after, like, 2 years of, like, not playing any shows, the fact that now we're in Europe and we're playing shows at, like, huge festivals, and now we get to play, like, our own headline club show in London. That's pretty unbelievable. I don't know. We're all like slowly processing these things that are happening and taking it moment by moment.
What's the vibe check like when you're playing a big festival versus your own headlining venue or like a club show like this? What do you do in the minutes or hours before? Is there a difference? Now that you've done everything.
Maybe we eat different food, you know?
We usually play later for club shows than we play for festival shows, I guess. We play more at like 5 or 6 for festival shows, and we play more at like 7 or 8 for club shows. So there's different levels of like eating dinner and like
important
eating dessert. So I think that also no, but there's a different vibe. Like sometimes for festivals you get a little scared because like you don't know how many people in the audience are completely there for you. But then I just think like, well, that just means we have to win the people over, right? And so sometimes I'm scared to look out in the audience. Or for festivals, I don't think I'm ever really that super scared to look out in the audience for club shows, because I'm more I like the vibe, and I like the energy in the room usually when it's like smaller and more intimate. But festivals are cool because they're big and you get to meet other bands, so that's fun.
And also before festivals, I think we do more of like hanging out in our green room, or like walking around the festival. But for small club shows like this, we do more like today we signed a bunch of posters and and now we're doing this, and so like more.
And all about you.
Yeah, and I think, and there's like more, it's a little bit more lenient. Like we got boba right before, or bubble tea right before this, like I think we have more like space to do that, to just go and do whatever, like.
I like that you've brought that up, because that was one of my questions, which is I heard you guys have a bubble tea tradition.
Yes.
Or at least you're trying to in different cities. So what did you get in London? Where did you go?
We went to Tea for You.
Oh, good taste.
And we went to Ding Tea.
But
Yeah.
we have Ding
Okay.
Tea by
We
the
do
house,
Ding Tea in LA. So
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
maybe that's cheating.
But it was near the venue, so
yeah,
it was easy.
right downstairs. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your sources have been right so far, but I can give you some more
And
recommendations
then
after.
please.
Barcelona, we went to Zim Zoo, something
like that.
Shoot, I should
And in
remember these
Germany, there were some, but they were like 5 miles away, so too far.
things. And we were very lazy that night.
Yeah,
so we were
the
like-
one night we had, so
We basically just wanted to go back to the hotel and sleep.
yeah, we were tired.
I mean, that's something I wanted to ask about. You guys are obviously, I've heard you on summer break, and you're trying to fit as much, punk rock band activity in as possible. What is it like, doing school at the exact same time and also growing up from a very young age whilst doing this full time?
It's a lot, but like it's kind of in the best way. I like having the creative outlet and having something to do and something to... Music is just like a really important part of me, and I feel like it's important. It's really special that I discovered that at such a young age, and that's something I want to do. But then also, I'm also really grateful for the school aspect and like the normalcy aspect in my education, you know? So far, we've been able to keep a pretty healthy balance between work and school, I guess. I don't know. And it's not work. It's basically fun in school. I mean, we're in London. But like, I think that we have a really like supportive team that makes sure we're not being too overworked with anything. So that's really special. I mean, we just have like a good community of like our parents, for example, who like just want to see us do whatever we want to do. Yeah.
You mentioned before a festival, you'll walk around, meet other bands. When you've been meeting a lot of the bands that maybe, you know, you're big fans of or you look up to, when you're meeting them now for the first time, what is that experience like? Do you feel like you're coming to them as peers, or kind of, are they giving you advice? Are they, you know, wanting to be your friends? What's that whole experience?
We've been like treated really well by everyone that we look up to. I mean, it's so cool when we meet people like Bikini Kill from like Kathleen Hanna, and we meet like Karen O from the AAYAs, or pretty much everyone that we've met has just been so kind and so supportive. And I don't know. I mean, it's like these people that we've looked up to since we were very small kind of now know who we are.
You're leading this new generation of punk rock bands, and for girls especially. What is it like, you know, being immersed? It sounds like you were immersed in that growing up. How did that begin, and what are your hopes for the music genre, especially for your generation?
We were a cover band, and we decided, hey, we want to learn instruments and we're going to do it together. Looking back on it, I don't know, it seems like, wow, I can't believe we actually decided to start a band, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I'm just like really grateful for it. And I think that it's important that we were able, like we had a lot of female artists and people that our parents like put on for us, and we were just surrounded by different parts of culture in music and other pop culture. And I feel like that's just like really special. And now that's kind of something that we want to do. We just want to let it be known that you're allowed to take up space and you're allowed to do music. It's not like there's so many people that feel like they're not allowed to do that, or feel like they don't matter, their stories don't matter when they do, you know? And that's all we're here for. I mean, we're here to have fun and make music, but it's important that people see themselves.
One of the things that you guys are known for is, much like the origins of punk rock, using your music to express, you know, objections to injustices and to speak out about things that are wrong, like on Racist Sexist Boy, and also being part of Moxie. And you've been doing a lot of charity music recently with various really cool bands. What do you guys want to, you know, stand for as a band and bring forth in your music?
Well, I think that like I've always loved music that's like it not only sounds cool, but it can actually make a difference, you know? Like bands like Bikini Kill and like Alice Bag and Neighborhood Rats and like the Clash, and they all write really cool songs, but like their songs matter, you know? And they can actually create change and like make a difference. And there are like so many things that are like frustrating in this world, you know, like racism, sexism, like oppression in general, just like everything that, and how normalized it is, and how people just like don't even, or some people just like don't care, or you think it doesn't exist, you know, and just bringing awareness is a good start, you know, and like making sure that people know that they matter, you know, and just creating some change, you know, not just standing there and being like, oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I can't fix it, because it does feel like that, you know. It always feels like you can't do anything about stuff, you know? And just trying to make change, and even if it's like the smallest change, I think that's what I'm kind of trying to do, you know?
I think, like, especially during the pandemic, when we, in the US, we just saw, like, so much hate in the world. And it was really hard because, especially during COVID, you can't go out, you can't do anything. You feel, like, so helpless. And I guess we felt that way, and the only way we were able to get out of that was writing the song, because I think that's going to be the way that we express ourselves, writing music. Yeah.
Also, not only trying to like change the world and stuff, but more like also kind of expressing the anger that we feel, you know, because a lot of these things that need to be changed, they make me really angry and like sad, you know, and it's kind of hard to take, and like it like really builds up inside of you. So like songs like Racist Sexist Boy or like Fine or Why, they really help me like get all that out, you know, instead of just keeping it all in. And hopefully they can kind of make a difference. I
think they definitely do that for other people too. Yeah.
And I think those 3 songs in particular, they were written by you as well as Mila on Racist Sexist Boy, right, Eloise?
Yeah.
So it probably means a lot to not only like sing it out, but know that you've written those words yourself.
Yeah, it feels good to like get it out there, even though it's kind of scary sometimes.
In your own way.
Yeah.
So you guys have obviously accomplished so much already at such a young age and within a short span of a few years already. But, you know, when music is now becoming your full-time job, so it may have begun as a way to release emotions and work through things, but when it's also your job, what are your ways now that you figured out for yourself to, you know, tap back into yourselves, recenter, and find your own way to release?
Get boba.
Get boba. Very effective.
I mean, just like maybe going to shows and like attending them, and like is a good way to express yourself, but also like be a part of like, I think live music is so special because you're part of an audience and you're just all together in a place where you are allowed to be loud. You're allowed to express yourself and like be a part of art. You're witnessing it, but it's part of you. That's so cheesy, but like I don't know.
Like you're not only watching the people on stage, but you're also like part of the show, you know, and it's so cool to be like part of something.
Yeah, I don't know. And then just like also just taking a break, reading a book, like taking a walk, all this like stuff that people tell you to do. It works. It's important like for your mental health to like get out and just take a breath for once in a while. And school, honestly, like having a routine, like that helps. I don't know if it helps everyone, but for me, I actually decompress during school. I get less stressed. I don't know. That's probably not how it is for everyone.
Yeah,
but
because you're a rock star.
I think it's a sense of normalcy. I think is what helps.
On the subject of school, Bella, I heard you recently graduated high school. Woo! Was it quite recently while you were actually on tour?
Like 2-3 days ago.
Wow. Well, first of all, congratulations. That's a huge
you.
Achievement, especially, you know, doing what you guys are doing. What did it feel like to graduate in such special circumstances, in such a special way?
I mean, it was cool. I mean, I ditched my graduation just because why not?
Yeah,
right?
Why not? Book smart.
But yeah, it was. I think it was awesome to like be like, yeah, I just played a show in Barcelona, and like instead of going to my graduation. Like, this is so cool. I don't know. It just was cool.
Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, thank you for coming. We're really happy that you're here, and we can't wait to see the show. So
thank
you
you
so
Thanks
much
for having
Linda.
us.
Thank you.